Hey everybody, welcome to 3 Points of View. Today we're going to talk about what defines us. Let's start with you, Daryl.
I would definitely say for me, it's about what you believe in. Whatever you believe, that's what you stick with. Like that's what you stand on. And so I think it's okay to change what you believe sometimes, but only after proof. Like I don't have a problem with thinking that something is right, and then you tell me I'm wrong. I'm like, okay, I'm wrong. Prove it.
So like your morals, like morals. Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like that's what defines you, your morals.
Yeah, your morals, because everything that you taught isn't always right or correct, and we've all know that we've been taught stuff that now today in society is like, no, you're supposed to be okay with that now. So, yeah. So, you know, like I said, sometimes things change. You gotta prove it. You gotta show me, that light in that tunnel. So that's how I feel.
What about you, B?
I guess what I would probably say, just being faced with adversity and just, my will to just be everything that I needed growing up for my son, and for other young black men, my brothers, it's always been important to me to break the chain, and even with adversity, things that come up, you just continue to evolve. And I just feel like I'm in a place in my life where I'm evolving, and it feels so good to, feel like you're at a place where, things are starting to fall in line and in place with you. And like all the things I used to think about as a kid, but, having like a lot of raw talent, but just didn't know, being around the right piece to help me piece those things together and have the tools to be successful as I've gotten older and I've become an adult and mature in life. And I found those tools and the things for me that work. And it's just always been my thing. I always felt like there was a fire that was inside of me that just wasn't constantly lit because I didn't know how to keep it constantly lit. So I feel like I'm at a place where, I know how to keep the light on, basically. I mean, if that makes sense. And that's what defines me, just wanting to be different and just being faced with adversity and just continue to keep going at it, and trying to educate myself, being, using personal development, trying to just find my way in the dark. Just trying to figure it out in the dark.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you're the first one, so you ain't. It was easier for me because I could pick shit.
Mm-hmm.
I could pick. Okay, I saw him do that, so and I see the outcome of it, whether it's good or bad, and it's like, all right, even though whether it was bad, or even though if I picked something that you did and I chose to do it too, and it was bad, I did it a different way because I figured out where you went wrong with it, even though that was your trial and error. It's mine too, but it's like. It's like knowing the course.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know the course, and I got to sit back. I got to sit back and see. Okay, right here you got to turn. Right here, right there you got to loop around, or maybe it's easier if I drift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a chance to sit back and like, oh, so you don't go that way, you go this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, man. And see, now I'm at a point where it's just like the only way I can explain it is I just feel like I'm in the zone. I just feel like, there's just things that are starting to work for me, man, and I want to share it, and it's just an abundance of information that I want to give, and it's abundant information that I want to learn. I just want to continue to learn because that's my purpose in life. Purpose of life is to learn things and show others how to do the same.
Yep.
You got to pass that on to somebody. What is it to me if I hold on to it?
Right.
So that's what defines me, that to want to be better so I can do better and so I can teach others how to do better. So that's what defines me. Being finding a roadmap and giving the other roadmap to other people. Because I'm still evolving, I'm still a work in progress, but the progress is what defines me, basically.
progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say your journey.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
journey.
yeah,
My
yeah.
journey.
The process.
The process.
Process, yeah.
So,
So
yeah,
I
that
feel like-
definitely defines me.
I feel like for me, it's my faith,
Mhm.
and not just my religious faith, but like my faith in like humanity.
Yeah.
Like you and I were talking earlier, how I feel like I give people so many opportunities because I feel like the whole world can't be bad. So I'm
Right.
gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give you the benefit.
exactly.
But then that also turns out to be like one of my worst
Mhm.
qualities because
The
I
good and
keep
the bad.
giving you the benefit of the doubt, and then you burn me over and over again. But I'm like, but this person ain't gonna do that. So let me. And I feel like that defines me because it allows me to give people opportunities, and that allows me to go out and meet other people and build a lot of relationships. But then it also it hinders me because I feel like I'm not trying to cut off too many people because you never know what this person might have for you. And I think that also plays on like you said, your journey. We've gone through so many people in and out of our lives, and some people tend to do us wrong. Some people don't.
Right.
Some people kind of, we shy them away, and then they come back and you're like, oh shoot, I
Right.
never expected you to,
Right.
to prosper like this. And if I would have still been cool with you, me and you both could have moved up together. But instead, now I'm here.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't think to piggyback off what you said about what defines you as your faith. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's how you're supposed to be, because I think, but at the same time, it's like Brita. You pour that water in, but you gotta filter out some of those. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody in, but you gotta filter them out.
Nah, yeah.
Let's trial and error. Let's trial and error about
I mean,
the
yeah,
company that
because,
you
like,
want to keep.
I mean, yeah, that too. Cause like, if I do this for him and he burns me, and I do the same thing for you and you don't burn me, all that means is he didn't appreciate it. You did.
Yeah, but then
But
sometimes.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It gets tiresome. And the reason why I say that, or the reason why I believe that that's not a bad thing with what you said, is because I do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play with everybody. I can be cordial and respectful to everybody, but it's, you know what I'm saying, I don't do all of that.
You gonna laugh. I was thinking about this.
I would like to,
morning.
but it's just shit stuff that I've been through in the past. I learned that, you know what, it's better to just not.
Yeah. And I was driving to work this morning. I was like, dang, thinking about this subject. I was like, man, me and Timmy are the complete opposite in that way. Because Timmy, what was I saying to myself? Oh, I was like, Timmy's like a government job. So it's a very strenuous, vetting process. But once you get there, like you set for life.
You straight.
But you mess up one time and it's like
It's not one time though. It's not.
But I'm just saying, but you mess up. Okay, you mess up and it's just like
Your room for
It
error
depends.
is very
It's not even that. I know what y'all saying, but it's not that. For me, it depends on what it is. Because everything is not that, but that ain't that bad. Step on your foot, that's not that bad. Or I step on your shoes, your sneakers, and scuff them, that's not that bad. But knife or something like that, and I survived that. No.
no more.
Or when I see you come in the yard. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I know that y'all think that about me, but it's not that. It's like I am protective of y'all and I'm protective of myself.
Yeah.
And I know how sneaky people can be. I'm not afraid of the people that come in like rah rah. Oh, I know what you about. It's the ones that go like this.
Yeah.
Shake your hand and wait for you to go to rock you to sleep, and then they go yeah. I'm like, damn.
But and that's what I'm saying. That's
you
that's what I'm saying about my.
You gotta go through a background
For me
check
as an individual, because it's like I know that there's people like that. I know it's some crooks, but then it's like, but I know there's some good in you. So it's like I'm banking on the fact that there's some good in you that that good's gonna outweigh the bad. But
At the end of the day, way, you just let people hang themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
you give
And
them
that's
rope
what I'm
to
about to
hang
say. Like
themselves.
you gotta.
And I'm the same way. Now I'll give you my trust to a certain extent, and I'll allow you to hang yourself though.
Yeah,
I mean, I give you the benefit of the doubt from the beginning.
You are right.
You know, you're absolutely right. You play it. Here's the ball.
No, here's the rope.
Here's the ball. Here's the ball with the rope. You go play with it. You know what I mean? And it don't come back to me. You know, then it's a problem. You know what I mean? So I give people the benefit of the doubt too, for the most part.
Yeah, I would.
But not the same person over and over again, because we don't want to
That's what I meant.
continue to make the same mistakes over and over again.
Because it's not a mistake; it's a habit.
Right,
Yeah.
and then at the same
It's
time,
not even a habit; it's a choice.
and another thing is, as black men, now I'm saying as black men, we have a lot of pride. But the most important thing is we don't want to allow our pride to mess up our progress. Something that can be easily, fixed or talked about. Hinder your process. The progress. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So a lot of us got so much pride. Man, I ain't talking to him. I'm not talking to him or her, and that could affect the progress. And you don't never want that to happen. I think that those sometimes can mesh a little bit and keep you from
Well,
evolving.
what I always say and what I will always stand on, and y'all know about a situation I had. Whenever there is miscommunication, there will always be a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Always.
I think that's fair.
From the littlest thing to the biggest thing. Whenever I miscommunicate what my point is or what I'm trying to say or whatever the case, whenever you miscommunicate, it's inevitable. When you miscommunicate, it's going to be a misunderstanding.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. So, like you said, you do have to. You got to let go of that pride shit, and it's not the easiest thing to do because. To play on what to play back on what you said, you go by faith, and I respect that. So it's not easy to do that. It's not easy to just be like, okay, this one burned me. Who's next? But that's how you're supposed to be. That's exactly how you're supposed to be. That's exactly how you're supposed to be. Because if that wasn't the case, how would you have any friends, or what would you have to base that friendship off of? One of my people I call my brother and all that stuff, I had to explain that to y'all. And then you see it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have that title for him or that relationship with him if I didn't have messed up friends or so-called friends in the past for me to see, okay, he did this to me, but he ain't never did that. He did this and he ain't never did that. He ain't never do this for me, but he do it. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta mix the good with the bad, because you would never get May flowers without April showers.
You're right. I mean, I feel you on that. So, Timmy, do you think, knowing Barry, what he said about what defines him, would you agree? Or would you use a different characteristic to define Barry?
Oh, that's okay.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean, because like you said, my point of view.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
I think me personally, I think I totally agree, because you got to understand our age difference.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's been doing since 7. When I got here, he got to look out for me.
Yeah.
And so that's always been he's always been ready for what he's doing now. He has a son. He wasn't my father. He's not your father. But like I said, like he said, his journey helped him do and push us along, and helped him helping him do what he's doing now. He has a son, so he constantly has to figure things out. I gotta be straight, so I can get you straight. So I completely agree with.
I would say the same.
And it's just like, I mean, it goes beyond my brothers, man. It's just like.
Because I used to I don't mean to cut you off, but I know it goes beyond your brothers. Cause I used to get mad. Niggas be like, oh, we buried. Like, nigga, he ain't your brother, motherfucker. I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
It's cool, man. It's It's just like having raw talent. It's basically explaining it's like having raw talent, but with nobody to know how to nourish it. You know what I'm saying? I always felt like you were gonna be great. You were gonna be great. I always felt like I was gonna be great, but to be great, you have to have personal development, and you have to have someone to nourish your greatness, or you have to become an adult to figure out things because your parents are gonna teach you what they know.
Yep.
It's your job to take it to the whole next level.
That's what I
Yeah,
meant
you
by
get that
that's what I meant by
You take it and you do something else with it. So as a kid growing up, there's things that I didn't see as a kid. There's things that I wanted to do, but I didn't see it. So like I wanted to get into stocks. I wanted to get into real estate. There's lots of things that I wanted to do, but I had nobody to identify that with. So when I became an adult, I said, well, this is how I have to do this. I got to figure out how to do it this way, and that's what it's about. Even if you don't get it as a kid, you can get it as an adult. So you can always. It's never too late to chase your dreams. It's never too late to figure out what defines you, because that's always defined me as a kid. At 7, 8, 8, at 9, it's like I just didn't know how to go about doing it.
I'm kind of mad that I didn't say music because that definitely
You know
always
what I'm
been a part of my life. Like,
Yeah, that's what defines me, man.
I actually thought that's what you were gonna say.
I mean, because the
I
reason
thought you were gonna say something about art.
well, I wasn't thinking that far, to be honest. But it does. Like, if I couldn't do music, I probably been lost my mind because. I mean, it's funny, but it's the truth. Everything I do, I can make a song about it.
Yeah.
Like little stupid.
I mean, that's always been your outlet, even when we were young.
Yeah, like little stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and I used to sit, and people used to ask me that, like, how you sit there and beat on the car and rap? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you asking me how do I, like, that's like asking Superman, how you fly? I don't know. I can do it. I don't
Same
know.
thing when I just like how I look at people and with the business most Tiba. How they would just look at people and just know what's going on with them before they know. It's like, I can tell you that your neck, your shoulders, your back. It's just something it's natural, man. It's a natural ability. It's a gift that was given to me, something I'm super passionate
Well,
about.
Mom trained us.
Yeah, as a kid, but I'm super passionate about it.
I feel you though, but it comes very
It comes
easy.
natural, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm super passionate about it, and I'm grateful to be able to do something that I'm passionate about. And going forward with that passion, I just want to do everything else with passion, because I know if you put your passion into something, it's gonna have to turn out right because you're passionate about it. So you'll be able to overcome any obstacles that come, whatever adversity comes your way, because you're passionate about it.
So I actually thought, I agree with Timmy what you say about you, but I feel like that's what defines you is your
My
passion
passion.
for things.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you can tell when you personally are into a lot of stuff because you get
Excited.
super excited, and then you're
Yeah.
like, okay, well, hey, I want to be over everything because I want it to be perfect.
Right.
And you can tell when you're happy about something.
Permanent quarterback.
Yeah,
Right.
permanent quarterback.
Shit, how many touchdowns you get there?
You say, look, I'm gonna throw you some touchdowns. I'm gonna throw you some touchdowns.
But I think you being so passionate has definitely helped me. I can't speak for Timmy, but definitely helped me as a young boy going into manhood, because you being excited about stuff make me feel like, dang, I got magic.
You gotta find something that you're excited
like,
about.
yeah, I wanted, but even just you cheering me on,
Right.
or cheering him on, like, oh, Timmy good in basketball, and you telling him, man, you the best. It's
Right.
like,
And see,
I want to be excited like that. Like, you can always tell.
I want you to finish the statement because I got to get on this right here.
But I'm just saying, you can always tell. Like, that's one thing that definitely motivated me as a kid, is seeing more or less how y'all two interacted with each other and how you used to always push them.
But I needed that
Yeah.
shit. I really did.
Yeah, but that's your downfall. That's your gift and your curse, though.
Yeah.
It's your gift and your curse, because we gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
Because now it's just like, in certain situations I feel like as if we're getting off topic a little bit. I don't want to, not too much though. The fact that like sometimes I feel like in certain situations you feel like you're the exception to the rule because you're special. You know what I mean? You're an exception, which we all are. But at the same time, with the right work ethic, that's all I ever wanted to teach is like, You are special. We all are special. With the right work ethic, we can do anything we want to do.
Yeah, you can excel.
Because
Yeah.
we're special.
Yeah.
Because talent is not enough.
Nah.
You can have a lot of talent. A lot of people have talent, but the work ethic they don't have, and your habits have to go match. All those things have to match. It's like I have raw talent, but can't do nothing if it's not being worked on.
Yeah, if it's not nurtured and
Nurtured.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's
You're
what it is. I had talent, but just not nurtured. So, but I always wanted to make sure that mistake was never made with the two of you. Now it's not with my son, or now not with anyone that I come across. Because anybody that I come across, I want to give them the right knowledge for them to be successful. I want to inspire whoever wants. If you want to be inspired, I want to inspire you. If I can anyway. You know, so whoever comes into my presence, I want to make sure that happens for them. And that's what defines me, just to see other people win. I want to see everybody win. Because everybody's winning, then we all winning. You know, so that's what defines me, my passion. The passion for people. And kind of goes piggyback to what you said. I had the best interest in people. I think I had to see the best in you. And that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
But you got to find out what makes you happy and what you're passionate about.
But I definitely think Timmy was spot on about morals. Cause
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah,
I would say
and that's what I wanted to
totally say
piggyback off when you said that your parents can only teach you what they know, and that's why I said, look at from granddad born in the 30s, mom born in the 60s. The things the stuff that he was teaching her was kind of not the same when she was coming up, and then fast forward to the 70s and the 80s, the stuff that she went through in the 60s, that's not going on in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then, okay, look at today. 2000 and year 2000 up until today, now you know so much different stuff, and like I said, it's stuff now that used to be completely wrong. Now you gotta usher it in like, it's okay.
It's okay.
Because the times change, and then like I said, your parents can
Morals have changed too.
Exactly, because your parents can only teach you what they know, and each generation gets smarter. But at the same time, get a little less, or they have less morals. Each
Well,
generation.
then at the same time, coming up now with when let's keep it 100, when crack hit, we started losing a lot of fathers in the household.
Mothers too.
Mothers too.
Because I never understood like how people's mom used to be like, oh, such and such mom a crackhead, such and such mom a crackhead. I'm like, how you know she a crackhead? You can't even see it. And then you start to see it, and it's like, oh,
so that 2-parent home and things like that, with mom growing up, and that's what, and then a lot of things started going left. And so even with society, society has a lot to do with it, but at the same time, our upbringing has a lot to do with it too. Why we've, threw some morals away and some, principles away based on that. Not having both. Even though you can, survive with one parent too. That's another topic that we're gonna bring up at some point. Not today, but that's a topic for another day. But at the same time, I want to bring it all the way back to what defines us.
Yeah, what defines us. So morals, faith,
passion.
A lot of things.
Yeah. Passion is the at the top of the list.
And music, because
yeah,
I'm gonna say this though, music has affected all three of us.
Right. Yeah. I love music.
Number one, we grew up in a household where mom just always throwing.
How many songs did we come up with every day? Me and you. Thousands of songs.
That was like
just
breakfast, lunch, dinner, like stupid stuff. And then the type, like I said, you're older than me, so the type of music you used to listen to, I only had access to it because of you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then that gave me my type of, I guess, mixing pot of what type of music I like from mom, type of music I like from you, and the type of music that I gravitate toward for myself. Because you have a very good sense of, you have a good musical ear. Like when you put a playlist together, it's like, damn, I like all these songs he just played. Because you got the seasoning from everybody.
I couldn't decide. I couldn't choose what I wanted to
So faith, morals, passion, and music for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
What's your point of view?